And we're back with Brad Falchuk.
You really have approached a subject that people are terribly afraid of. What did you personally think to execute it in a way that felt warm and welcoming and maybe trying to take the fear out of it in any way?
Well, I mean, I think it was about approaching it fearlessly in general, right? Is that it's okay. It's okay to tell somebody in the conversation, okay, you're dead. And that's not something to be afraid of because, as you said, it's something we're all going to do. Everybody who's ever lived on this planet, whoever will, is definitely going to die. Like the moment of death is something we all do. It's easy, really. And so...
What makes it easy?
It just happens. You are alive, and then a moment later, you are dead. Anything leading up to it is life, and so that can be hard.
Can I make it easier in that I will meet it with peace and a gratitude for the life I've had versus I didn't do all these things, I'm still mad at myself, I still have pain, fear, regret. I want to be meeting it with I knew I would meet you someday, and I've looked forward to it, not in a way that I wanted it a day or a minute sooner than it was coming, but that I'm not meeting you, not okay with meeting you because you're coming no matter what.
And I think the answer is yes. And I think the thing I learned a lot from these interviews is that people at that moment talking about their life and being reflective don't talk about results. They don't talk about the achievement. They talk about the process, right? And so to focus on process as life, that life is all process. How are you living your life? How are you achieving that goal or failing at that goal? And if you focus on the process, fear goes away. Because you're saying, I can control this. I can control how everyone in here feels on my show. I can't control if anybody watches my show. But I control that everybody who is sitting on this chair and everyone in the audience and everyone who works here has the greatest experience ever.
Well, one of the things that I loved about Jane Goodall is that when you leave the room, so at the end of the conversation, Brad leaves the room and this subject, in this case Jane Goodall, speaks to the camera and there's no one in the room. And the thing that Jane Goodall did, which doesn't surprise me about her, but helped me even appreciate the show even more, was when it is her time to share with people this beautiful unveiling of her secret message to us all. After she knows she's going to be gone, she makes it about other people. She keeps saying you, not me. And like I said, it doesn't surprise me when it comes to her, but it was a great reminder to me that I don't want to be a selfish, indulgent person ever. I think the only reason I don't want to leave this earth is because of my kids. Like, they've raised the stakes. Mm-hmm. My life was like, yeah, cool, whatever. And then they came along, and now I'm like, now I'm afraid of death. Now I don't want to leave them, even though at one point I'm going to have to anyway. Yeah. So how do I make peace with that and be the fierce warrior for them in their journey? And I just think that it's so wonderful that we stop avoiding the inevitable and maybe even start to embrace it in our own individual ways for what works for us.
Yeah, and I think that the way to do it is to really not personalize it, right? At some point you're going to die, and the people that care that you died are going to have a hard time with it. You're going to be dead. They're going to have a hard time with it. At some point, they're going to die too, and anyone that cared, anyone that's personally affected by you dying will be gone. So this is how it is. This is what happens, and that's okay. That's for everybody who's ever lived. And so how I live my life is all that matters. How I am interacting with these people, how I am loving them, what I am caring about, what bothers me is all that really matters. The process of your life is all that matters. So all you have is this moment here to live your life and to love and to care and to look after people and do all these things.
The definition of being present.
Exactly. And so it's very easy to, when death is really in the room with you, and it's always in the room with you, but when you make a friend with it, when you're aware of it, it's really easy to be present. It's really easy to say, I'm coming with you eventually. So until I get to you, I want to be right here.
Brad, I know why now that you're doing this show and why you are meant to do it, because you just said something that will change my life forever and go in the butterfly net that I'm trying to collect to make peace with death, to be friends with it.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. That's brilliant. Brilliant. And Jane Goodall does leave such an extraordinary sense of hope and a reminder to never lose sight of that. And to acknowledge that each and every life is so meaningful. And I love that she leaves us with that message. It's another of one of her many gifts that she left here for us. Her last one is no exception. Brad, thank you for making this show.
Thank you.
I cannot wait to see the following episodes for which
Hopefully
you are,
not for a very long time.
I'm sure you are brilliantly curating. May they come no sooner than they are meant to. But this is very meaningful for all of us, and particularly thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Famous Last Words is available on Netflix now. It is so inspiring, as our lives and our departures should be. Brad is making sure of that. We'll be right back.